welcome to another episode of the Nourish Life for Christian Women. Today's episode is brought to you by some concerns that I've seen with people I've talked to recently. Body positivity and body image. Uh, Today we're going to approach this from the aspect of three lies that the body image, body positivity, diet culture have taught us, and the truth that can set us free. So let's jump right in. The first lie that we're told is that devoting so much mental space to how we look, our body image, is normal and is natural. Now, this lie is particularly devious because it does feel normal and natural. It feels like, well, that's what everybody does, but it's normal and natural because that's what we've been conditioned to do. The self-objectification, if that's not a term that you're familiar with, we'll talk about that a little bit more. And I didn't realize how much mental space my body was taking up. So, if you've ever had the experience where you just do something as simple as sitting down, and then immediately you think, oh gosh, how much did my thighs just spread? Or how much did my backside just spread? That's self-objectification. If you have been so distracted in a conversation that you're trying to have because you're self-conscious and worried that, oh my gosh, do I have something in my teeth? I think I might have something in my teeth. That's self-objectification. What that does is you're splitting our attention. And this is the book that we're basing a lot of the comments on, the thoughts on today. More Than a Body by Lindsey and Lexie Kite. I cannot recommend this book enough if you have issues with body image. It is just, they're twins, and so they're very familiar with people commenting on their bodies. And this is their doctoral work that they did. In their book, they describe self-objectification. And we're familiar with what it means to, objectify somebody else. And we've heard a lot of talk about, particularly women's bodies being objectified and all that kind of thing. But what is self-objectification? This is what they have to say. Self-objectification occurs when people learn to view their own bodies from an outside perspective, which is a natural result of living in an environment where bodies are objectified. So because of the objectification culture that we live in, then that turns into self-objectification. When we're self-objectifying, our identities are split in two: the one living your life and the one watching and judging her. So if you've had the experience of sitting down and worrying about how much your thighs spread, you have the two experiences. You, who's the one who's sitting down, and then that split side of the one thinking about, oh my gosh, and how much did my thighs just spread? Self-objectification. There's a cost to that. Um, Self-objectification is not vanity. It's not just being concerned about how we look all the time and being overly vain, that we have to look, exactly, have all the best clothes, blah, blah, blah. We know what vanity is. This is not the same thing. It's living in your body as though your body is something to be watched and judged and managed, rather than just something to live in. Our bodies are just meant to be lived in. Hopefully, you can think back to when you were a kid, although I know that really, unfortunately, for some people, it starts really young because of comments that they've received from parents and others in their lives. They become very body conscious. Hopefully, that's not you. But even if it is, maybe you can think back far enough to a time where you weren't concerned about what you look like when you were doing the sport, or when you were doing a particular thing. You were just happy to live in your body. You were just happy to run around the backyard in your swimsuit and the sprinkler without even thinking about anything about what your body looked like. You just enjoyed living your life. That's what we're talking about. When I monitor my body and give it that mental space, that extra, then I'm not able to be fully present. I'm not fully present in the moment with whoever I'm with, because part of me or my thoughts are taken up with thinking about how I look, what's going on with my body. And when we're not present with other people, then there's that, even if it's just a little bit disconnect. And we're not present with God, because that he speaks in a still small voice. And that voice can easily be drowned out with these thoughts of self-judgment and self-criticism of what's going on. And sometimes it's even not even self-criticism, it's just self-judgment because maybe we're passing the judgment, not feeling it, but we're still consuming our thoughts with that. So the second lie, that's first lie, devoting so much time to our body image is completely normal and natural, and it doesn't have to be. The second lie is that you make your life better when you are concerned with when you focus on how you look, what your body is, and when you focus on your appearance. It's a responsible thing to do. It's being a grown up, it's being responsible. And that seems real true, but it's not real true because what it ends up being is that we're just sitting in judgment of ourselves. We're too focused on that. And when we put our focus on that, so much of it, then it takes us out of ourselves. And that's not the responsible thing to do. Um, there's a cost to that as well. The cost of this, maybe you can relate. I have years of raising my family where I have little to no pictures of myself. Part of it's because someone had to be behind the camera taking the picture, but that's not all of it. I didn't want to be in pictures. Maybe you can relate to that. Maybe you're hiding behind somebody in a picture or trying to avoid being in the picture because you don't like how you look. That you're not living your life. You're hiding. You're taking experiences away from you. Maybe there's been a time where the family wants to go to the lake or to the pool, and you go with them, but you're not getting in the water because that would mean getting in a bathing suit, and that's not happening. So there's a cost to it where it takes away from our life. It keeps us from living our life when we're observing, just observing our bodies and not living in them. There's a cost to ourselves and to those around us. The greatest harm of body image struggles isn't how we look, it's what we miss. Now, with all of this, it's important to note that this has like nothing, almost nothing to do with the size of our bodies and the shape of our bodies. When I was most self-conscious, when I was most self-objectifying, I was at a much smaller size. Nobody would have looked at me and thought, oh, that girl needs to lose some weight, or those thighs are too thick. There was none of that. I was at what weight my doctors were just thrilled with, and all of that very socially acceptable size. And yet I was still so concerned. And I was so focused on my eating, and my exercise was all about losing weight or keeping from gaining weight. There was very little concern with health as much as there was just concern with appearance, and not like, again, not vanity, not like I was being vain, but just that I was just so afraid of not being in the size that I was supposed to be. And I didn't want pictures taken. And now, much larger size, all my health issues are good. I mean, not health issues. All my labs are good, all of that, all of the healthy habits are all in place, all that kind of thing. My body is larger, but I'm so much more comfortable in it, so much happier in it, and willing to have pictures taken, be the one in the picture and not always the one behind the camera. Um, the cost is in our presence, like we talked about. It can cost us our creativity because it can take away some of our joy. It could actually, depending on how bad this is for us, can take away a lot of our joy. And when we're not able to feel that joy and that really live in a moment, we're not as able to express ourselves creatively. Connection. We talked about that just a minute ago. It really can damage the connection that we're having with other people because instead of being able to completely just focus on the situation that we're in and the people that we're with, part of our attention is going to monitoring our body. It takes away our peace and it can impact how we walk through life. Now, in this, this we can start getting into this judgmental mode. Obviously, self-objectification, there's an element of judgment. I talk a lot about wearing a scientist lab coat instead of judge's robes, and this certainly applies in this situation. To take off our judge's robes and just put on our lab coat and see where we are with this. So the third lie is that peace and freedom come from loving our bodies and from being the size and the shape that we want. If that were true, then every model would be perfectly happy with their body. And surprisingly, a lot of people who are what we would call the sizes, the perfect sizes, are the ones who are the most concerned with how they look, and they're the least happy with their bodies. Um, Body positivity, I don't want to knock on that because it's a step in the right direction, but it's still very body centric. And then if we feel with body positivity, it seems the message is that we are supposed to just love our bodies, be positive about everything about our bodies all the time, 24/7. And so that's just another thing to fail at is that being all the time grateful for every single thing. And that's not necessary. It's being appreciative of our body, recognizing the miracle that it is. It is, these bodies are nothing short of miraculous, and being able to recognize that. But it's so the goal here isn't to become body positive and love every aspect of our body every minute of every day. That's not the thing. Body neutrality is what the kites talk about. I love that phrase, being body neutral. In other words, just living in our bodies. Of course, our bodies are gifts from God. We want to take care of them. We want to respect them. We want to treat them well, but also then just let them do their job. Just, just let our bodies be. Let them do their job and not be so focused and critical. We don't have to love everything about our body every day. We don't have to feel completely grateful for everything about it every day. That's not the deal. We just get to stop making it a measure of our worth. I want to say that one again because it's a big one. Our body is not a measure of our worth. It's not. So when we can come to this where we're body neutral, we can eat without guilt, without negotiation. We're just nurturing our bodies and feeding them what they need. And we can start exercising because we like to, because it's moving in ways that feel good and that bring us joy and enjoyment and connection if we're doing it with other people, instead of this punishing kind of, I have to control, I have to manage, I have to maintain, I have to, whip into submission this body of mine and make it the shape that I want it. When we can take that out of exercise and exercise for the sake of our health and our happiness and our connection, body neutrality can do that for us. We can just let our body be a vessel that we live in, like when we were a kid. So freedom isn't thinking about your body more kindly. It's thinking about it less and just living in it more. So the truth, three truths, or excuse me, the three lies, excuse me, of body image. Checking my notes here, make sure I don't forget anything. Um, First lie, that devoting so much mental space to this is natural and normal. Doesn't have to be that way. Lie number two, you make your life better and you're being more responsible when you're focusing so much on your parents. That's just not true. And the third lie that, excuse me, peace and freedom come from loving your body and liking the shape and the size that it is. That's not where peace and freedom come from. Peace and freedom comes from appreciating our bodies and letting them do their job. one of my favorite quotes from Lindsey and Leslie's book, More Than a Body. Let me hold that up again for you so that you can see it. Amazon, there's lots of different places you can get this. Um, this one of my favorite quotes right here. Your body is an instrument, not an ornament. It's an instrument to be used, to be lived in, not an ornament to be viewed. Now, around here at Nourishing Body and Soul and on the Nourish Life of Christian Women podcast, eating is peaceful, movement is joyful, and your worth is never up for debate. And if you're a Christian woman that sounds good to, then hit the subscribe button. Maybe like and share the episode with somebody else who you know is such a challenge with the same thing. And you don't figure this out alone. There's a community here that will support you in this journey. And if you'd like to be on my email list, you can find my email address in the description of this episode. And just let me know. I'd be happy to add you there. Remember, your body is an instrument, not an ornament. And eating is peaceful, movement is joyful, and your worth is never up for debate. See you next time.